All right, everyone. Welcome to my Year 7 algebra class. I've been getting a few emails just about some issues that people have been having in class, and I just wanted to kind of clear up some of those issues. We're going to work through a little worksheet together right now, and we're going to talk a little bit about algebra. So in this case, right, what we've done so far is we've talked about multiplication. And this is pretty important to understand because this is the foundations of what we're going to be doing today. It's understanding our first step, understanding what is multiplication. Because with that, you can really not solve any of the questions that we're doing today because they're not going to make any sense. You need to understand the foundations kind of this mathematics. So if we write an equation like this, right? 3 times 5. Lots of you will go, oh, easy, 3 times 5, 5 times 3, 15, done. I'm done. But not many of you think of the operation you're actually doing in your head. What this means here, right? What this actual symbol means is that you have 3 5s, 3 5s adding, or conversely, you can have 5 3s added together, or 5 3s added together. So what that means is we can write it in 2 different ways, right? 3 5s adding. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is just equal to 15. That's 3 times 5, 3 5s. Or 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, which is also 15. And this is 5 3s. And this is 3 5s. So now we can kind of interchange between these two, right? We can say, okay, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Write that as a multiple. Write this, in this form up here. So you can practice that. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. That's 5 6s. 5 times 6. So we've kind of, we've taken something expressed in one way and we've expressed it in a more simplistic way. Or if you can imagine, 2 plus 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 2. We can go on forever, right? And you look at this and your teacher can say, write this in terms of multiplication. So you say, okay, well, how many 2's are there? 1 2, 2 2's, 3 2's, 4 2's, 5 2's, 6 2's, 7 2's, 8 2's. So it's 8 times 2, which we know is 16. So you can either go 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 2 is 6. Oh, I must have went wrong there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Or you can just do 8 times 2 is 16. We know that, right? This is just written in a different way. It's the same thing, but a different way. So if you imagine, right, this is where I think lots of students go wrong, is not understanding that this is multiplication. This is what multiplication means. Because when you've got, if you've got 2 times 2 plus 4 times 2, right, we can write this in a different way. 2 times 2 is 2 plus 2 plus 4 times 2 is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And we can write this in a different way. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 2 is 8 plus, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So our answer is 12. Or what we can do is, since this is 2 times 2 plus 4 times 2, we can actually write this in a way. We can write this, if we look at this, we can write it in a different way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just 6 times 2. So 2 times 2 plus 4 times 2. Since they're both multiplying the same value, we can just add the number before. So now I'll get back to the point that I was going to make before, right? So the point I was going to make before is with x's, it's the same, right? If we have, in this case, 2x plus 4x, what happens is that this is like our 2 in the previous question. This is just like our 2 in the previous question. This just means x plus 4x's, x plus x plus x plus x. So you just count up the x's as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, x, which is the same thing as writing 6 times x. So we're just, changing this into multiplication, or we're changing, just like this. We're changing this represented as addition to this being represented as multiplication. So we can go over here and we'll look at something a little bit different, right? If we have, we'll try that again. 8 times 3 plus, we'll do 9 times 3. So what you do is you take what's in common, which is the 3 here, which is typically what our x is. And we could write this out in a longer way if we want, right? 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can do this, in our head, 3, 6, 9, 12, and go through all of the addition until we get to our final answer. Or what we can do is, since they're both multiplying by the same value, both multiplying by 3, we can simply add this number before. 9 plus 8 is 17 times 3. And if you count up the number of 3's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We've got 17 3's. That's exactly what we have. So this is where I think a lot of students are having some difficulty, but we can only do this if they're multiplying the same thing, right? So x is not equal to xy, because 3x is not equal to 3xy. That's like saying, let's pretend that x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 3. That's like saying that 15 is equal to 3 times 5. 15 times 3 is 45. And we all know that 15 is not equal to 45. So 3x is not equal to 3xy because the x's are equal. But this y is here making this whole equation different. So hopefully you got that from those last videos I had sent to you, but if not, don't worry, we're covering it right here. But let's go over and work on some questions involving this, because all we're doing is simplifying this. So with these questions, what I'd like you to ask yourselves is, can they be simplified? And if so, I want you to simplify them. So I'll do the first 4 for you, and then you complete the next 8. So question 1, 3x plus 2y. So we can see here, right, they're multiplying different things. So that was our rule up here, right? 6 times 2 plus 4 times 2 is the same thing, 4 times 2 is the same thing as saying 10 times 2, because they're multiplying the same thing. Here they're not, so no, we cannot simplify it because we can't add, you can't add a cherry and an automobile, if they're different things. We can't add 2 different things together. Number 2, we've got 7a minus 3a. What that means is we have 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 minus 7 minus 7 minus 7. Or minus A, sorry, that's my bad. These are all A's. A, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus 3 A's. So 7 A's minus 3 A's. So if A is equal to any number, right, A is equal to 10, minus A would be minus 10. So in this case, we've got 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, minus 10 minus 10 minus 10. So what we do is we've got a plus A, so we scratch off a plus A and scratch off a minus A, and scratch off a plus A, scratch off a minus A, scratch off a plus A, scratch off a minus A, then count what you have left. You have 4 A's. You have 4 times A. 7 minus 3 is 4. So we could have just done that very, very quickly in our heads using this. Number 3, 5m plus 4mn. Now this is where the difficulty comes in, right? Because you guys see they both have m's, but like what we said before, right, they're not the same because m times n is not equal. So m is not equal to mn. They're not equal to one another, so we can't add them unless they are equal. So no, they are not equal to one another. M is not equal to mn. And let's solve the last one, then you guys can take a few minutes to solve 5 through 12. 4, 7x plus 2x squared. And I know many of you might say, okay, well, they both have x's, so they're both the same. But there's a fundamental difference right here. This one is x squared. If you can imagine, right, if x is equal to 5, this would be 7 times 5 plus 2 times 5 is 25. So 5 and 25 are not equal to one another, so we can't just say that this is equal to 9 times 5 because they're completely different numbers. So in this case, if you look at it, 7x plus 2x squared, x squared is not equal to x. Therefore, no, we cannot add them together. So try to work on those other questions. Try to work on pause it here and try to work on 5 through 12.